So hello everyone. Today I'll be showing you how you can make websites like these that have a nice scroll effect and basically these kind of websites tell a story. So without wasting any time, let's start with it. So first I'll show you the website. Basically it's a real estate website and the main attraction for this website is this section where we go through the whole house and we end up at the backside of the house. Okay, so we start at the front. We check out the interior, like the hall room, then we go towards the kitchen, then we go towards the bedroom, and then we zoom out towards the backside of the house. Okay, so this was the whole logic behind it. And now I'll show you how you can build exactly something similar to this, or you know, what in any case, if you want to use animations like these or effects like these under any kind of websites. Okay, so now we will start. First of all, we need to start with the images because see, it was a real estate project. So when we started, the original thought in my mind was, first of all, if this design is similar to anyone out there, I'm extremely sorry. I'm not here to steal your design or anything. I'm just here to teach how you can build with AI. Okay. So again, let's start. So first of all, this was our initial hero image, and I'll also show you. This was the section that ChatGPT made for me. Sorry, Hixfield made for me with GPT Image 2. So GPT Image 2 is also great at building UIs. Okay. So I just started with this is the first our background image. And so from here we had two, three options. Either we can go to inside this room or inside this room. Okay, so I thought it would be better if you go straightly into the hall room on the ground section. Okay, so then I generated an image using this prompt. First of all, you can start chatting with Claude. This is the website, the hero section that I have, and this is the image. And let's suppose I have added a video in the background that has GSAB animation, and when I scroll, the camera moves inside the house. So give me an image prompt of how that section will look like. So it gave me an image prompt, and I pasted the exact same thing with the original website as a reference and generated an image, and this is what I got. Okay, now you don't have to do anything. You just have to. So this was the thing that it generated. Then you know I iterated my way through it, and I told it, like, let's suppose then I gave this image as reference and generated this. Again, I generated a different variation using a different prompt. Okay, so the main goal is to keep chatting with Claude on a separate tab to help you keep tab on all of the things that are happening. Okay, so again, this was the first image. This was part one, frame one. This is part two, frame one. Okay. So now you have to download both of these images and go to the video tab and ignore all the other video, please. I have also a social media team who is using the same account. Okay. So as you can see, this was the first reference image. This was the second reference image. Again, I went to Claude. Okay, so this is the first image, second image, and give me a video prompt that will, help me create a smooth transition effect. So the best way is to keep chatting with Claude. Okay, this is the thing that you have to remember at every point of time. So I just pasted the same exact prompt with the reference image attached. This is a frame one, this is a frame starting, this is a frame ending, and I pasted this and I created this video. So as you can see, this is the same video that I have used. Now again, I kept chatting with Claude and generated all the sections that are needed. Okay, so this was the part two, frame one. Now we needed part three, frame one, that is the kitchen side. So I generated two different variants for it. One was this one using Google Nano Banana Pro, and one was this one using GPT Image 2. I like the GPT Image version more. So then again, I generate a background image for it, like the image that is being used in the background. Again, I went to the video section and I generated a video for it. Yeah, so yeah, this is the one. This is us going from the hall room to the kitchen. Okay, then again from kitchen to bedroom, we will have a different story, and then from the bedroom to zooming out of the house, we will have these. So right now we have generated 4 videos, okay? But now to be used inside the website, we cannot use a video with a scroll effect. So what we needed to do was we needed to just turn everything into frame by frame. See, every video has some kind of frame, like 24 FPS, right? You might have heard of this term called FPS. FPS is nothing but frames per second. Like per second, you are seeing 24 different images. That is helping you perceive that all those images as a video. So we needed to do the same, and we needed to convert the each video into images. Like so many, we needed to convert these videos into frames. Now there is a website for that. Mm, I'm not able to remember the name. Videos to JPG. Yeah, is GIF. Yeah, so you can just drop your video over here, and it will give you a zip file having all of your complete video into frames. Like it will convert your video file into multiple images frame. Okay. Now I downloaded that for my whole website, and I stored it inside public 1, public 2, public 3, public 4. Okay, this is basically part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And if you're copying the prompt for this website, you need to also store this in a similar format. Again, you can use any AI tool, whether it be Lovable, Bolt, or anyone, but you need to store it like this to, so that it can work. If you're using the exact prompt, but if you're using cursor, you can just download the zip file, which will be available for you guys, and you can directly start using it by changing the section over here. Okay. So this is how it will work. See, you can also see at the bottom, the frames will keep, see, for a particular amount of scroll, we have so many frames that are happening at the same time. And each part almost has almost 97 frames. Yeah, each part has almost 97 frames. Now for building these sections, so right now where we like till now you would have this effect, like you would scroll through the website, you won't have any HTML content, you will just have the scroll effect, like you will be going inside the house and going to the kitchen and bedroom and then zooming out of the house. Now to build this HTML part, what you need to do is you need to give each frame, like you need to tell any AI tool that you're using how the content will appear and disappear, and at what part and what frame, what type of content you will have. So let's suppose whenever the websites load, we will always end up in part 1 frame 1. So I guided the AI that on part 1 frame 1 we will have this, and when we scroll after frame 30, after part 1 frame 30, this content, like the first initial content that we saw, will start disappearing. Okay, so this will start disappearing, and when will the part 2 frame 1 content start appearing? This will start appearing after frame number 70 or something. Yeah, so as soon as we see the frame number 70, we can see that the whatever content we need to see in the next part, that is part 2 frame 1, that will start appearing when we will start entering part 1 frame 70. Okay, so this will keep appearing until part 2 frame 1, and this the peak will be at part 2 frame 1, and after that again when we started scrolling after frame, I think so 30 or 40, you can decide this, like you need to give the exact frame and the part to the prompt, and then it can build it for you. It's not complex. Okay, so as we move ahead, you can see this will start disappearing. Then again at part 2 frame 70, the content for part 3 frame 1 will start appearing. So this started appearing, then again it will start disappearing. Then for part 4 frame 1, the content will start appearing at part 3 frame 70. This will appear, then this will again go out, and at the end for part 4 frame 97, we will have a final content. Okay, so this was the logic behind all of this, and again, building this is not complex. Like you can justify, you can tell it the font you want to use, you can tell the sections you want to build. You can, this is the easy part. I'm just telling you the way how you should approach it, how to decide whether to show when the disappearing animation will start. So for each section, you can just tell it after you show the content, after the 30 frames, okay, you can start the content that is available on the screen, making it disappear. Okay, add that disappear effect. So you can see after we cross frame 30, again I'm telling you, after we cross frame 30, you can start the content. You can tell the prompt that make the content disappear. And when we are at part 1, frame 70, make sure that the content that need to show on the other part starts appearing, right? So that whenever we reach the any part peak, like the frame 1, we already have the content ready. Okay, because these are the parts where the new video begin and the older video ends, right? So this was the logic. Again, these sections are pretty easy to build, nothing complex over here. So yeah, this is how you can build websites like these. And again, the main what you need to think through is just open a separate Claude tab, give the initial image, and start chatting with it. Although I think so, it's better if you already have a story in your mind. Like, okay, so I will go inside. I'll go from this. I'll go to the ground section inside. Like I'll show the interiors, then I'll move towards the kitchen. So you just need to generate the first section. Okay. See, initially I had this in my mind that I want to go into the ground floor only, and I want to show the interior. Now, after this image was generated, it became clear to me that I have 2 to 3 options. Either I can go towards the kitchen, or I can go outside, or I can go towards the stair. I can go towards this room. So it felt naturally better that okay, kitchen is right here, so we can just zoom into the kitchen directly, right? Now again, when you come to this screen, you have again 2 to 3 options. Either you can go to this room, by the way, which wasn't available earlier. So, or I can go upwards. Okay. So again, I made a choice of going towards this room. Now again, you have 2 options. Either you can zoom out and show the whole house, or you can go towards outside. So these are the choices that you need to make while telling the story inside your website. Okay. So I hope this video helped you guys, and you all will be able to make websites like these easily right now. And I'll give you the zip file, I'll give you the initial prompt for it, but the prompt will only work if you arrange everything the way I have arranged. Otherwise, it's better to download the zip file and start chatting with cursor, or I'll give you the prompt though, no worries. But yeah, to see the exact effects, you need to download the zip file. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you really liked it. I'll be pushing out more content similar to this, and let's see how this goes. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.